The record I want to talk about today is the seventh one by this band, 7th LP, and funnily enough, they also decided to name it the 7th one, from Toto, from 1988. They're known for obviously naming their records a lot of times with numbers, similar to other bands like Chicago, notorious for doing that. I suppose it's easier rather than having to think of a title, but personally I've always preferred albums with titles, names that you can remember, you know. But anyway, I remember getting this, and I'm pretty sure, judging by the sticker there, that this was from Bostock Records in the Arndale Centre, Manchester, which was a favourite haunt of mine all through the mid to late 80s until it disappeared, sadly. They didn't do second hand, so this is brand new. Obviously I saw it and thought, Toto, I know a little bit about them. I've heard some of their songs and they're good. But I didn't know anything off this record. I looked at some of the song titles and thought, Pamela, Anna, some girls' names on there, so they'll be good songs. Always like a song about a girl, nothing wrong with that. So I took a chance. As I say, I knew nothing about it, and I took a bit of a chance. And I thought, I'll get it, it's not dear, it's only $5.99. It's brand new, what can go wrong? Nothing went wrong, because it's really good. It's a good record. Despite what the critics felt about it, they were a bit tepid about it, but this is a good record. There's some great songs on here. As I said, Pamela, Anna, Stop Loving You, these are great songs. You Got Me, another one. There's one on here that features John Anderson on backing vocals, and you can't go wrong there. The only one I don't really like on side one probably is Mashanga. Doesn't really do a great deal for me. Then you get side two, opens brilliantly with Straight for the Heart. I mean, it really does grab you. Only the Children, another one. This record is so full of great hooks that you would not believe it. Brilliantly written. 1,000 Years, a much more mellow song. These Chains, again, another mellow song. But one of the things about those slower, quieter numbers is Jeff Porcaro's rhythm that he comes up with. His brilliant drumming, his fantastic ability to come up with almost funky type rhythms. Just really great to listen to. And then we have the Steve Lukather classic that finishes it, Home of the Brave, with some great riffing and great guitar playing from Steve Lukather himself. I mean, he was absolutely a brilliant guitarist and still is. I mean, he's just released a new record earlier this year, maybe late last year, can't remember now, but you should listen to it because it is good, because he's a real talent, Mr. Lukather. And there they are, all looking very 80s. Some of them a bit like they're looking away or not interested, but apparently there was a little bit of friction at this time within the band, especially live. The singer on here is called Joseph Williams, who does a great job. He's a great singer. But apparently live he couldn't quite cut the mustard. Similar to previous singers, they also had problems with. In Joseph Williams' case, apparently there was a problem with, how should we say, what would you class it as? Recreational drugs. I mean, that's the best way of saying it. Apparently that's what went on. But, you know, if you're on that shit, then you're not going to be able to sing very well, are you, live, night after night? Very demanding to work in a rock band, obviously, as I'm sure you can imagine. So, as I say, the critics were a bit lukewarm about it, but I've always liked it, I've always enjoyed it. It's always a good listen. I'm always glad and happy to get this on the turntable. Some good songs, good compositions, great drumming, as I say, from Jeff Porcaro, the late great Jeff Porcaro. So obviously if he's on a record, it's going to be good, even if it's just purely from a rhythmic sense. It's going to be good. It has to be with him playing on it, because he was just a great drummer. Simple as that. So as I say, I've always liked this. If you haven't heard it, and it was one you missed out because of other distractions in the late 80s, then find it and give it a listen. I think you'll like it, because it's some great songs in it. Like I said, there's only one that I don't really like. The rest of it, memorable, good songs. They really are. So how did it do in the charts? Well, it wasn't that popular, you know. It really wasn't. Not everywhere. Holland did very well in Holland. Number 1 in Holland. Finland, again, number 3. Doing very well. They seem to have great taste. Japan, number 3. Norway and Sweden, number 4. Switzerland, number 2. So it did very well in Europe, and Japan did very well. Those guys know, you know, the Europeans, the Japanese, they know their music, and they know good music when they hear it, obviously. As far as the UK, well, we ignored it really. Number 73. America, pretty much the same. Sang Without a Trace, really, number 64. So yeah, an album embraced by Europe and not really cherished that much by the British or the Americans. But as I say, search it out, give it a spin, give it a chance. There's some good, memorable songs on there. Songs that you simply will not forget. I mean, Anna is superb. Absolutely superb. Great song. Beautifully crafted music. I mean, Steve Lukather, one of the guys anyway, said that they were all trying to outdo each other in so much as compositional skills and how complex the rhythms and the general songs were going to be on this record. Well, to me, I think that's a good thing, because if you can make a record as good as this by simply competing with one another and being really competitive, then obviously competition is a good thing. So that's Toto, the 7th one from 1988.